The faster you can do things, the quicker you can start to get result. Oliver?
Yeah.
How you doing? It's Jazz Takhar calling from REC Canada. I'm just trying to get the people that like me. And that's the only way you're gonna make it in this business. That's bullshit. You need to rest. If you don't rest, you're not. Throw a rock, you're gonna hit a real estate agent. What I've come to learn, which is even better than trying to be perfect, is done. When you actually do something, you'll adjust along the way. So we have tons of signs in our office, and one of them is ready, fire, aim. I'll say that again, ready, fire, aim, which is a mind twist for a lot of people because we grew up to look before we leap. Don't pull the trigger until you have the target lined up. But see, in business, speed matters. The faster you can do things, the quicker you can start to get results. Now, it might not be the results you want to get, but at least now you know what you have to adjust. So, rather than me just telling you what you should be doing for the rest of 2024, so we're going to shoot some content together today. But before we do that, I'm going to give you guys a little treat. In the last 27 days, myself, managed by Laura, as well as 3 of my callers, we booked 283 client appointments. In the last 27 days, we booked 283 client appointments. It's important for you to understand because when people in the water cooler and the coffee machine, and the coffee machine is great, shout out to Cynthia, are saying that the market's not hot or people are not wanting to talk about real estate, I'm telling you out of experience, in the last 27 days, to be exact, that if you have the right approach when you are calling people, booking appointments is something that is very likely to happen as long as you're okay to deal with some rejection. So I'm going to make some live phone calls for you right now. Okay, I do this generally only for my internal training group, but I'm going to do that for you now. And I have no fucking clue what's going to happen on the phone. You guys want to hear some calls? Yeah. All right. As I do this, and I'm randomly, just so everybody knows, okay, I have sweaty hands. I kind of came out of my mom with sweaty hands, so the phone, you might not be able to see it. I just called my main caller, send me a list of random people in our database. Okay? So I have no idea who I'm calling. Now, as I look through this list in the next 3 seconds, if I see a name that we just sold to, like last week, I can call them and bring value on the phone call. I just don't think it's valuable for you because they're going to give me the, oh my God, it's you, Jazz. You can walk on water. You're amazing. Really? What valuable is that to you? I'm actually hoping someone tells me to fuck off. And the reason is because I think you're going to get value from it. Okay? The objective is twofold here. Number one, first and foremost, can I book an appointment? I'm going to make the decision in the first 13 seconds if I think this person is going to book an appointment or not. If I think they are, great, I'm going to book the appointment, move on. Second objective, if they don't book the appointment, I need to bring them some type of value, and we've all been saying that. Laura probably said it 10 times. I've already said it 10 times. You've heard it 1,000 times. But I'm going to tell you what that really means. Value is brought to people in 2 ways, education or entertainment. So I'm going to educate them on something on this call. If I know they're not going to book an appointment, I'm going to educate them on the fact that I have an event coming up. Sound kind of familiar? We're obsessed with social media, phone calls, and our CRM. Events is not something that is a good idea anymore for you. It's a must-have. So much so, I do it once a month. Okay? Once a month for 20 years, nonstop. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not that smart either. If it didn't work, I would have stopped. Is anybody bothered by the F-bombs? Because you can leave now.
Oh my God.
I think it will land better because this is just who I am. I'm the real estate agent that is from Rexdale, who can't spell half the words I'm saying to you today. I wear a sweater, sometimes a t-shirt, and I'm not trying to get all 6.6 million people in the GTA. Because even if they all came to me right now to buy real estate, I couldn't help them. I'm just trying to get the people that like me. Because before they can trust me, they gotta like me. Now, before they can like me, they gotta know me. The 20 years of experience in real estate is only 3/4 of my real journey in this industry of sales, because I've been doing it for 30 years. Now, I would be an idiot if I didn't pick up on some patterns. And the biggest pattern that I picked up on from a top 1% perspective, it's right here. The top 1% do what 99% of people don't do. Hence why they're in the top 1%. And what that is they set up their schedule for success. Here's my advice to you. Take it and do what you want. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. moving forward, you take no appointments. Decide what days you're working. I don't care. I'm not here to sell you hustle porn. You gotta work 26 hours a day, and that's the only way you're gonna make it in this business. That's bullshit. You need to rest. If you don't rest, you're not good. I drank a little bit too much on Super Bowl, and so I had to take a couple of hours off yesterday. I didn't beat myself up. I'm running a marathon here. So you're allowed to take days off. But I need to figure out, and you, more importantly, need to figure out what are the days that you're gonna work. 5 days a week? Great. 6 days a week? Great. 4 days a week? Great. Okay? Then, for 3 hours, every single morning, 9 to 12, you only focus on one thing, and that is called generating business. I don't care how nice your listing presentation is. If you don't have any fucking clients, you can't present to anyone. All your time moving forward from 9 to 12 is focusing on generating business. Because when you have a lot of business, you can always have someone else take care of it as well. So you have to hammer down on 9 to 12 and the things that Laura spoke about in your CRM. So you can't say anymore, I don't have the time. The problem is we run around with our heads cut off when a home inspector calls us and says, I can only do the home inspection at 10:30. Since when does the home inspector decide when we do and what we do? There's 6,700 of them. Find another one. Sorry, Mr. Home Inspector. How's 1 or 3 p.m. for you? Because if you want to make sure that 2024 is better than what happened in 2023 for you, and I have a feeling if you're here at 11 a.m. on a random Tuesday, you want more. I'm just going to make that assumption. The easiest way to do that is to make sure that you have no distractions between 9 and 12. 9 and 12 is when you set up your CRM, get your emails out, you make your phone calls, exactly what you're going to hear me do now, and shoot your content. Someone tells you that putting a video up on social media is not a lead generation activity or a prospecting activity, just shut out the noise. Because most of you know me because of my content. Now what we need to do is get your people in your CRM, not the rest of the world, just the people in your CRM, to get to know you on social as well. Why? Because what you want to hear is, bro, I can't get away from you. I open up my inbox, I see Jazz Takhar. I open up Facebook, I see Jazz Takhar. I go to podcasts, I hear Jazz Takhar. And when they say you're so annoying, I'm like, why are you still listening? Right? I'd rather them see me and hear me in a different a bunch of different places than not. Okay? So let's jump into this. 587. That's a number here somewhere, right? Hang on, guys. I've just got to, because it came in through WhatsApp. Bear with me. 587. 974. And this is the boring stuff that you have to do from 9 to 12. This is not sexy. This is not $1 million listing where you see the fucking $800,000 commissions and all that nonsense. This is the boring stuff. Making phone calls. And people not picking up, maybe picking up. Should probably get her name, shouldn't I? So I like to double dial. Because a lot of people think that, oh shit, it might be my friend who's calling me from a different number. I should pick up. And what I mean by the boring stuff is this, right? She didn't pick up. Now you got to move to the next one. We don't quit and just say this didn't work. We just keep going. Now, what you want to do in your businesses, if I can make another assumption, is probably try to reach out. What you want to do is connect with 10 people a day. In fact, once you connect with 10 people a day, and just so you know some simple math of 20 years in the real estate business, having these stats, is that you'll need to probably call 30 people to connect with 10. So it's a 30% connection rate. Does that make sense? Okay. Courtney. Guys, just help me out if I forget. Now, I have a team that can take a bunch of notes for me and stuff, but I never did when I started. So no excuses. Meaning, this needs to be done with your CRM open. Laura said it. You have to have it open. Because then you can log the notes. Can't do this while you're driving. Just for today's purpose, I won't double dial because I want to get somebody on the phone for you guys. Mido. 407. 514. Is that a Montreal number, guys? Yeah, perfect. So same time zone as us. 594. And what you hear me do to try to book this appointment is exactly use it word for word. Use a strategy that I call imitate and then innovate. Use the exact same verbiage.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the top.
Some days are better than others. Now, don't think I like when people don't pick up the phone. This is the habit. Hello? We're going to just move to the next one. Yeah. So I know people like to do like trickery stuff. I don't believe in it. And the reason is because if they're not going to want to answer my phone, let's just deal with that right now. I'm not wasting any more time of mine or theirs. No, I leave a text message. So my team would, like I would leave a text message just for this purpose. I'm not, because we're not...
In addition to that, they see, right? They're not fully. So if they ever wanted to get a hold of Jazz, they want that you will get out.
This is Oliver Smith. Let's try this person. And what you need to do is just be numb to the results. Meaning, if somebody says yes to an appointment or they say no, It doesn't change my thought process on a daily basis. Okay, that one. And we're not going to stop. Oliver?
Yeah.
How you doing? It's Jazz Takhar calling from REC Canada.
Hey, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, man. It sounded like my name rang a bell, which always makes my mom feel good.
Yeah, I believe so.
Can you just remind me how you got into my world?
So let me.
Take your time. I'm building rapport as quickly as possible. Whatever he says doesn't really matter to me right now.
From your team.
There you go. And was that a couple of years ago? How long have you been kind of in my world?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe a couple months.
No worries. Listen, I'm actually giving you a quick call because we've had a lot of our community in REC insiders reach out to us lately, and with all the the stuff that's going on with the interest rates going up, going down, sideways, nobody really knows what's happening. People are calling and saying, hey, like, can I get to know like what you guys are thinking is going to happen? And so we started what we call a real estate action plan. Essentially, it's a sexy word for a financial checkup from the neck up. Like, when's usually good for you? Like during the days or the afternoons, Oliver, for like 20 minutes?
Which day?
You tell me what day works better for you, Wednesday or Thursdays?
What about tomorrow morning?
Done. Tomorrow morning is 10 a.m. better or 11 a.m.?
Actually, maybe lunchtime.
Perfect. Let's do lunchtime tomorrow at noon. You'll be speaking with my right-hand man. He's kind of my portfolio manager. It'll be about 20 minutes. It's like a Google Meet. If you don't want to turn on your camera, like I like looking at myself on camera, but if you're not that guy, that's okay. And we're going to get a better idea of what you might be trying to accomplish long-term. We'll show you how we might be able to help. And if it's a match, we'll move to the next step.
Yeah, sure. But so what do you do exactly?
Well, in terms of what we're going to try to find out is what are you trying to accomplish within your real estate portfolio?
Yeah, sure.
Right. And then he'll show you some ways that we might be able to help. Sometimes it's I emphasize the word might because we can't help everyone. But if it's a match, we'll move to the next step.
Sure.
Awesome, buddy. And are we connected on social? Like, do you ever go on like Facebook or Instagram or something?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram, yeah.
Are we connected?
I
Can you put me on speaker really quickly? Can you just quickly put me on speaker?
I'm at the office, so
No.
might
No worries. If it disconnects, it's okay.
yeah. So but just give it to me. I'll check real quick.
It's Jazz Takhar 13.
Okay, give me a minute.
Perfect. It'll be shameless. We're going to ask everybody to fucking follow us. This is how you build it. So we could have called our training company Purple Cow Academy. We called it From the Ground Up. The reason is because you build it one person at a time. Now, he gets my emails. He gets my phone calls. I got the appointment. But I want to make sure he sees me.
You have my number if you want. Just
I'm going to send you a text message directly to my page. And do you ever like listen to podcasts and stuff like that?
yeah.
You do? Okay. I'm going to also send you a link to my podcast, Jazz Takhar Podcast. I got 240 episodes. And I sit down with regular like Joes and Janes and talk about their journey on investing into real estate. You might get some value.
Good. Perfect.
Awesome, man. Have yourself an awesome week. You'll be speaking with Tyler tomorrow at noon.
Super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, buddy. Thanks for taking my call.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So that's it right there. Sorry? Because I'm not saying, hey, do you want to buy and sell a house today? The shit that worked in the 70s and 80s? Because when I'm asking if they want to buy, sell in a house, who am I thinking about? Myself. I'm making it about them. Let me find out exactly what you're trying to accomplish long term. What you're trying to accomplish long term, I'll show you how we might be able to help. I emphasize the word might because we can't help everyone. If it's a match, we'll move to the next step. See, when we become salespeople, we start to think that we need to be sleazy and pushy and manipulative and convincing. But yet, in the real world, we know that shit doesn't work. Think about, some of you might have been yesterday and some of you might have been 30, 40 years ago when you started dating. It's probably not a good idea when you meet somebody to say, hey, my room number is 213, meet me in my room tonight. Right? It's probably a good idea to say, hey, you want to have a coffee? Why? Because the coffee's very easy. Then at the coffee, if you guys hit it off, might be a nice strategy to say, you want to do lunch? Lunch turns into dinner. Dinner turns into, you want to have a nightcap? But we get into sales and we go, do you want to go to the room tonight? Especially in an industry in our area of 77,000 people. Throw a rock, you're going to hit a real estate agent. The reason our commissions have gone down, because they should. All you fucking do is put a for sale sign on the lawn and the house sells in 6 hours. And then you made yourself $27,000. You're not that valuable, is what the outside market thinks. And so if you don't differentiate yourself, you have become what's called in business and economics a commodity. How do you differentiate yourself? Educate and inform people so they can make a quality decision themselves. I tell my clients all the time, I'm not telling you what to do. Are you crazy? I don't want that shit on my head. I sleep so nice at night because I don't ever make any decisions for my clients. But let me educate you and inform you. How do I do that? Through social media. Why? Because it's free. I'm Indian. We love free shit. My mom negotiated over apples back home. Cost you no money to put up a video. But now I know you guys know that. 3 years ago, I spent all my time on talks on getting people to do it. I don't need to do that anymore. I know you guys know. I have another problem now. My problem is, why aren't you doing it? But I figured that out too. The reason we're not doing it is because we're fearful and insecure of what other people think about us. I'm here to tell you that after doing social media consistently 4 times a day for the last 4 years, nobody's actually really thinking about me as much as I thought that they were thinking about me. You're not that important. I know mommy and daddy made us, and good on them, but you're actually not that important. Nobody's thinking about you that much. You come up in someone's feed, they see you, they make their judgment and move on. You do it. You can't even change much about you because you look the way that you look and you sound the way that you sound. So it's just time to get over it, because you're leaving no longer thousands of dollars on the table. You're possibly leaving millions, but I can guarantee you you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. I have no vested interest in you doing social media. I could care less. Like, Anna just stepped out, but even if she was here, I would tell her, I'm really only here for one reason, so I can get the content. I get this content, and then we're going to chop it up. And the hope is one of you email me in 6 months or 6 years and say, Jazz, thank you for that day. That makes me feel good. I'm human too. But you actually doing it doesn't really matter, because I don't get paid if you do a deal. But I want you to do it because you're leaving money on the table. And I believe in a thing called karma, that if I can just get one of you to take action on what I'm telling you, which is making sure that you now block out your time to do those kind of phone calls and reach out, as well as put yourself out there in social media, and it becomes easier over time. Just put up your hands really quickly if you go on any social media platform in a day. Keep your hands up. Okay, look around. Every single person. Okay, so once a day, everyone in this room goes on social media. Okay, keep your hands up if you produce a video on any social media platform every single day. Fuck, what happened? One person. Good job. Every day? Pardon? Perfect. He's going to win. Everyone else, at the end of the year, chances are you're going to be upset for the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do, which is actually insane if you think about it. You're going to get upset at yourself for the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do. I know you thought you were going to come to a motivational, inspirational talk today, but I'm hoping by making you actually do something that you're going to learn over time how easy it is. So, Alto, can you give me a hand for a second? We're going to put Laura on the spot today. Yeah. This is the video everyone's going to shoot. You got to do this, and you got to do this in 5 minutes and just come back, please. Everyone's okay to do it? Put up your hand. Come on. Push yourselves today. I'll ask you why not if you're not doing it. Can I start with you? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do this video. The best thing about this is that you don't have to make it up. Okay? So you're going to partner up really quickly with someone. One person's going to be the videographer, and you're going to do the video that Laura's going to do. You're going to give the videographer's job is to hold the camera just like this on your subject and give a head nod once it's recording. Okay? And that's just the red button that's going to be on the phone. Head nod, so she'll know that I've started. We want to keep this video under 1 minute. So at 50 seconds, you put up as the videographer a fist to let Laura know, wrap up your jibber jabber and let's finish this video. Okay? You're not going to start this video by saying, hey guys, because nobody cares. You're not going to say, hi, my name is Laura, because they're on your profile, they know your name. You're going to go straight into it. Straight into why you got into real estate. So everybody just think back really quickly as Laura shoots this video. Why did you get into real estate? We want to put that out there and tell people. And please do not end the video with, call me if you're thinking about buying real estate. Because that's what a sales... No. You put her on the spot. A salesperson says, call. When they're ready and if they're thinking about it, they'll call you. They know how to find you. Let's not be salespeople. Let's be marketers. Okay?
Wait a second.
Cheers.
I know I've done like this, but I don't have skirts. Hold on, I'm not here. It's been a while since we've done my interview. Okay. About a decade ago, I was binge watching $1 Million Listing, and I decided, hey, this looks like a fantastic career, and that's why I truly got into real estate. That was a big mistake, because it's nothing like TV at all. What happened, though, is in the last decade, I actually started helping people build wealth in real estate, invest into real estate, and really leave a legacy for their families and their kids. And that's honestly been the most fun thing overall. And so thank God I binge watched $1 Million Listing, because it got my foot in the game, and it's been an incredible journey ever since.
Perfect. You did that in 36 seconds.
Are we standing over that?
Okay, partner up, come back in 5 minutes. And then switch. Like, nah. You're not in real estate? Great.
Yeah, that's one of your sets. Are you here?
Yeah. Got it. Get him. If he's not doing social every day. Sure. Okay. Okay, guys, we have partners here. So it's kind of cool because when I come and do talks for brokerages, depending on the crew, I put them right to work because I think that there's something to theory and speaking about what you should do, but there's nothing that compares to actually doing it. So I have all the agents right now actually shooting videos. We're not just talking about it, but I'm putting people to work. Why? Because you got to build that habit. You got to build that habit because over time it just gets easier.
I started in real estate.
Everyone just look around. Did anybody faint? Not yet. Right? Most of it is just made up in our own heads. Now, Vera scared me a little because I thought she might have been the one that fainted, but she didn't. You didn't faint, no? Okay, good. So you're okay after shooting the video. Now, shooting the video is fantastic. Now you got to post it. Okay? Because I have a funny feeling if I open up your phones, there's a lot of videos sitting in drafts. And by the smiles, I know that I'm right. Because you're looking to see if the lighting was good. How does my makeup look? How does my hair look? And I'm talking about the guys generally. Like, oh my God, I can't put this up. I stuttered. Well, in a real conversation at the restaurant, in the office, on a phone call, when you screw up, you don't tell the person, hey, sorry, can I start all over again? I'm going to walk out of the bar and I'm going to come back. That would be weird. But yet, when we go on social media, we think that it has to be perfect. What is perfect? Someone please tell me. Because I've told you what's better than perfect. So we have to post this video today. And you're going to tag this account, if you can write it down, FTGU _academy, FTGU _academy. We'll share it. We'll reshare all of them. While you're there, follow FTGU Academy. That's our coaching company. Sorry? 100. If it doesn't happen, we'll blame Clyde. Don't worry. FTGU _academy. Okay? When you post it. I'll give you the quick write-up because you might be concerned about what do I write there. Just not sure if this is what you're writing. Not sure if you know. Here's the reason I got into real estate. That's it. Not sure if you know. Here's the reason I got into real estate. Now, I used to say to people, I need you to do it every single day. If you're just getting started, that would be like me giving you the keys to a Ferrari and say, let's go on the highway or let's go on the track. So we're going to do what we call tummy time, crawling, walking, and then running. You're going to need to find 3 topics every single week. That's it. Not asking for every single day. My boy here does it 99% of the time. Awesome. What I'm going to say to him is increase that to twice a day now. If you're doing once a day already, let's get it to twice a day. Let's also make sure we're on all the platforms. Now, I know a lot of you who maybe just got into the world of social media are in the world of Instagram. Where you really need to be is Facebook and YouTube Shorts. Very important. And I'll take 15 minutes of Q&A. Just hold that if you don't mind. Would Q&A be valuable to you guys? Yeah, okay. And you can ask me any question, like whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I can go really high level. I can go play in the dirt as well. But I need you to be on Facebook and YouTube Shorts. If you don't know how to start a YouTube Short account, it's okay. We've been there before. I'm going to give you a site. Okay? Go to this site and you'll figure it out. It's quite easy. G-O-O-G-L. That one took a little bit longer than it usually does. See how we overthink it, right? We overthink it. How to start a YouTube account. Enter. 50 billion responses come. Figure it out. I don't know how to edit a video. Give the phone to a 16-year-old in your life, and they'll edit that video in 32 seconds. I don't have a 16-year-old in my life. YouTube it. Send it to somebody in the Philippines or India, like for $5, $10. Online, you can find all these resources. The truth is, you can actually do it quite quickly, just in the app that you're putting it up in. The problem is when you try to get too fancy with it. Let's get fancy later. Let's just learn how to brush our teeth twice a day. We'll get the electric toothbrush later. We've all done this in our lives. Remember learning how to drive? 10 and 2? Check mirrors, side mirrors, belt. Now you're at a place where it's like eating, makeup on the phone, driving with your knee. Right? That didn't happen the first time, but you got comfortable over time. So that's why this has to be done on a regular basis, 3 times a day. Was this valuable for you guys? Yeah? Okay. There's a question on this side. I'm just going to go ladies first, if you don't mind, brother, and then we'll come back. Go ahead. You had a question, Vera? Yeah.
It was the call to action. So, like, in the videos, should you just disregard a call to action?
Yeah. So 1 out of every 10 videos is when you should consider to put out a call to action. We want to take the approach of giving, give. Oh, I'll ask now for something. Let's test this. Do you guys mind giving me your email addresses so we can stay in touch with you through our coaching company? Who's okay with that? Put up your hands, please. And you're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't. Good. If I came in at the start of this presentation and said, hey guys, I got a coaching company. Do you guys want to give me your email so I can spam you? You'd be like, bro, you didn't even give me anything yet. Like there's been no value given yet. Right? So same thing. Give the value, give the value, give the value, give the value, give the value. And then say, hey, if you're interested to come to my event, send me an email.
So did that also apply to social media posts?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I think what you need to get away from, like the 3 videos that I'm asking you to put up, that doesn't count. Like your listing videos don't count. Your just sold and just listed doesn't count. The award that you won at the office that nobody gives a fuck about doesn't count. Nobody cares about your awards except your kids. They care about themselves and what value you're bringing to them. And the just listed and the just sold and the listing videos is a complete ask anyways. You're trying to sell the listing. What I want you to do is find 3 topics every single week that you're giving away. Here's the best way to look at it. Here's what got me over this hump 4 years ago. I want you to envision yourself getting out of the business and you're doing a tell-all. Meaning, teach people how to sell and buy and invest on their own. Okay, so I wrote a book. Some way, somehow, I'll give you a copy of it. Do whatever you want with it. It's a bunch of topics in there that you can use. But I wrote a book which is called Real Estate Intelligence. Okay. In the book, it teaches the public how to buy on their own, how to sell on their own, how to invest on their own. And I say, you don't need a real estate agent. Now, everybody in the industry thinks I'm on crack because they're like, what are you doing? But you know what I came to realize? That in 100 years, every single year, only 2% of the homes that got transacted were done by for sale by owners and or private. Meaning not on TREB, because all TREB is agents. If you look at land registry, 2% in the country have been done privately. Why are we scared about teaching people how to buy? Well, you already have the facts. Nobody's going to do it on their own. Or 2% of people are only going to do it on their own. So you might as well be the person who has the flag bearer, who's the flag bearer and saying, look, I'm teaching everybody how to do this on your own. Because they're not going to do it, but they're going to come to the source. Right? Like if somebody was just putting out videos every single day how to change your own oil, I have a funny feeling us as real estate agents, we don't have the time to change our own oil. We're going to go to the person that was showing us. Question on this side?
The question about the 3 topics you said.
Yeah, every single week. Yeah, you need to do an extra video a day, so you need to find 7 topics. Yeah, and this one's not a joke. Put it into ChatGPT and say, I'm a real estate agent based in Vaughan. Here's your prompt. I'm a real estate agent based in Vaughan, and I want to educate the public in the Greater Toronto area on how to buy on their own, how to sell on their own, and how to invest on their own. Please provide me with 366, because it's a leap year, so remember that, 366 topics that I can discuss. No exaggeration, guys. 12 seconds, 366 topics come, and now you shoot a video on that. Questions? And like I said, you can go anywhere with them.
The videos going to be stories too, or do you want us to go for
Feed. In the feed. The reason in the stories, because there's a place for stories, don't get me wrong. But when you're starting out, I know why you're putting it in the stories, because it disappears in 24 hours. So you're just kind of putting one foot in, and you're like, okay, don't worry, I'll put it out, and I did what the friggin' Indian guy told me to do, but I'm not going to go all in, because I know it's going to disappear in 24 hours. The feed stays there. Cynthia.
Would you recommend also doing like personal?
Yeah, I think, and I'm not just saying this because Laura's in the room. Trust me, if I can throw her under a bus, I would. Figuratively speaking, not literally, Laura. I think Laura does an amazing job on what we call the commas. And the commas are that you're a real estate agent, comma something else. A mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a child, a food lover, a fashion lover, a sports enthusiast, a movie watcher. There's a lot to you. And so I would highly recommend that 40% out of your videos and posts are something to do personally. Why? Because you're getting to people, you're getting and allowing other people to know you. And remember, we buy with people that we know, like, and trust. And if you're always telling me about your real estate stuff, it's not going to land. You're going to come out salesy. Let me know something else about you. Let me find out something else about you. Because then what you're also going to do is that vibe of yours, of loving fashion, will attract. Really, on your Instagrams today, like write Laura Stewart T.O. Follow her and take those from her. Like the thoughts that she's putting out there. I say her because I think she actually does a better job than I do. I kind of stay in my wheelhouse, talk to my investors, and I talk to real estate agents. And you kind of know a little bit more about me. If you have to, but for that, you have to go to my long form. You got to go to my 1.5 hour videos, 2-hour video podcasts that I do. I think I'm better on camera than her. But did that answer your question? Yes. Anything else, guys? No? Awesome. I hope it was valuable, as I said. Follow us on Instagram at Fitigu. Follow us personally. Stay in touch with us. Ask questions. I know we threw a lot at you. Just stay focused from, I think the best thing that you should do, like the next thing you need to do is go to your calendar. Like do it while you're eating right now. And just commit from 9 to 12 That is business time. Call it whatever you want. Prospecting, business generation, lead generation. I don't care. Block it out. Because when you do, then that's the starting process of now being able to plot in the video, the work with the CRM, the scheduling of an event, the phone calls. But if this was just, don't let this be another, damn, Laura and Jazz were great. They really motivated me. And then fucking Tuesday afternoon happens. Let's commit to making 9 to 12 the time when you shut everything else down. I promise you that if you tell people, like when people say to you, I want to see you at 10:30, your client says, I want to see you for a listing appointment at 10:30. When you get to that, I have an appointment at that time. So what time is better for you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? 1:30 or 3:30? Always give people two options, chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream. The brain has a hard time by saying no. Did you notice what happened with that guy? Did you see how many times I had to say, during the day or the afternoon? Then he said day. I was like, tomorrow or the day after? Tomorrow. 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.? 12's better. Great, I got the appointment. Okay, so 9 to 12 is the time where you just hunker down. It's when you prospect. It's when you generate business. Everything else will take care of itself. You don't know how to cut a video? Great. Once you generate a lot of business and you have a lot of revenue coming in, you can pay someone. I didn't have a videographer. Laura was the person who held my camera. And then we generated more business, got a videographer. We have 5 videographers, editors, and a content strategist full time, 40 hours a week in person. That didn't happen in a month. It took me 4.5 years to get there because I was always making sure I generated business to pay for these guys. They like me, but not that much. They're not doing it for free. Okay? Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time. You're welcome, hon. Thank you. If you found that video valuable and you want to see me on stage more, click here. If you want to see more videos, click here.